you talking to me? Ah, duh, of course you are. Everybody knows me. I'm Mia Brightwood. Now, get ready because some mysterious voice will appear and tell you all what happened last time on the Incorrigible Party.
An angry Alamar lashes out at Falzarin and Shakara after the destruction of his elixir. This confrontation quickly turns deadly as the Dragonborn and young wizard defeat the once future Lich, killing him. Mia and Shaft arrive at the end of the battle, witnessing the cultists moving towards the remnants of Port Heracleon. Learning of the Rising Three's location, the party discovers that it is no longer seaworthy, having sustained heavy damage from some kind of battle. And aboard, they find a catatonic Grimby Chum at the helm.
To heal or not to heal. To heal or not to heal. But to heal, but or not to heal. To heal. To throw my hammer. The adventure continues.
I will run up to him.
We all run up to him.
Yeah, I was going to do the same.
As you address him, and the five of you clatter around him, you see his gaze, his focus, like he never focuses his eyes, but he does move his head and slightly react to the sound of your voices.
I slap him in the face. Come on, chum, we got to get the hell out of here.
You get no reaction, except a hand covered in drool.
Can I do some type of insight check?
Yeah, does this resemble anything that Falzarin's read of?
Balzer and Dreg can do me an Arcana check.
Dreg, fix him! You said you may know what's wrong. Fix him!
So my Arcana should have went from 6 to 8, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 18 plus 8 is 26.
Falzarin, you have certainly read about this spell. It appears that Grimby is under the effects of Feeble Mind. His intelligence and charisma score has been reduced to 1. He can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, the creature can repeat its saving throw against this spell. If it succeeds, the spell ends. The spell can also be ended by a greater restoration, heal, or wish.
Do I know what level spell that is?
That is an 8th level enchantment.
Ooh. Hey, fix him up and let's get out of here.
So much for Dispel Magic. Not that I can cast it right now, anyway.
Greater Restoration as a cleric.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't fix this.
Yes, this is very, very powerful magic. So I relay my knowledge of Feeble Mind to the rest of the party.
It has to be a greater restoration spell?
I'm afraid so, yes. Are you capable of that?
Fix him, Mia!
I can. I just can't do it today. I need time to study. I can do it, though.
Grab his other arm. Let's pull him up and get out of here. Come on.
There is hope, Shakara. I haven't cast the spell, ever. I mean, I learned it way back in school.
All right.
That is fine. He's safe for now. We can keep him safe.
Yes.
You keep him safe and I can heal him tomorrow.
All right. We must find somewhere safe, I guess.
I'm dragging him as everybody's talking.
I have his other arm.
Sure.
Shaft
And
isn't
you
dragging him very far.
You see that he doesn't seem to resist. He stands up,
Oh,
and you can pull him along.
okay. Try to steady our feet as we climb back out to where we can actually get to where the Pegasus might be able to come and pick us
Is there
up.
anything on the ship that we need?
Not that I recall.
All that was left on the ship was the elixir, right?
Do we know if
Sure.
Grimby has any belongings he would want?
Well, I mean, his axe.
Yeah, get his axe.
Okay, we'll grab his axe.
He's a simple man.
He is right now.
Okay.
I sort of, as the Pegasus comes over, I'm gonna try to slop him over the back of the.
Sure,
of
okay.
it.
So he'll be on you.
Yeah, I was on my own.
Okay.
Now, you say that you have halted the progression of these vines, and the army has taken off to the Phaelaren Forest?
Yeah.
Well, they
Essentially.
believed us.
How did you manage that?
They basically told us, "Oh, so you want us to execute the evacuation plan?" And we said, "Yeah, execute the evacuation plan."
We found it good to lie at this point in time.
It's
Yeah.
brilliant. I'm glad I wasn't there.
We almost got them to kill each other. That would have been cool.
That was a great idea, but we didn't have time
So-
for that.
Can we destroy the vines from their source now that they're no longer growing?
I don't know that we need to. I think they will wither. The effects will wear off. They're unstable as it is.
And with all these guys gone, you got a whole pile of people in Heracleon there that know how to do stuff like that. They can all come out and take care of it now.
That's
Exactly.
true. Should we... Dreg, would you like to return to the city and tell them what has happened and help them
Clear off the
recover
weeds.
from this?
Well, that does
Yes.
mean giving Dreg the ring back, and then what do we do?
If we're leaving, we have no use for it.
What are we leaving on?
Mayhaps we can take a rest for the evening in somewhere safe and leave in the morning.
That's a good point. I'm not thinking straight.
Well, let us return to the city now.
Yes,
We all want to go in the city?
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a Kraken to deal with. I don't think they can...
I sort of put my
Bring
head
Krayla-
down and go,
I know, Shaft. I know you want to get out of here, but I don't think they can summon Kralakina, but we need to destroy this creature. While it's
Well,
young.
I have reason to believe that the Tritons may be able to deal with it.
The doppelgangers?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. The doppelgangers. We don't know where they were going, but they went to the mainland.
Oh.
That is
Yeah.
not good.
I tried to send this guy, Ike, the best messenger Erica had, to go tell them, but he said, "Where do you find them? I'll give them the message." And I was like, "Top secret, I don't know." And then it was, I don't know that Ike's gonna find them.
Well, I'm in no shape to do anything. I can feel like I can barely walk.
Do you guys need healing?
That would
I
be much
think we both
appreciated.
need a nice long rest.
Yes, I completely drained of my ability to cast much of any magic.
all right, why don't we go back to the keep? We'll let Grimby here take a rest along with Dreg. Then after we get all rested up, we can go down and see what's happening with the Kraken. And then we need to make our way back to the mainland as fast as possible and find out what these
Yes.
doppelganger pricks are up to.
Let's
Agreed.
get cracking on the Kraken.
And I sort of put my hand on Grimby's belt, sort of lock it in, and then smack the back of the Pegasus and take off.
Into the air. As you ascend, you can see to the port. 5 of the elongated shell-like ships have made it to the land, and you see cultists are filing on. The herd of Catoblepus they've already taken down, the 9 remaining, down to the port, starting to load them onto the ships, whatever barrels they had left that were unused. Again, still the same thing, so it seems they're in this process of loading up and piecing it.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That is very reassuring. Look at what they've accomplished, Drake. This is fantastic.
Yes, this has been an eventful day. And thank goodness it's turned in our favor.
So how do we get back in the city? Do we have to go back down through the tunnel, or can we somehow let them know to take the dome down?
I do not think we should lower the safety shell just yet.
The vines are still there.
Yeah, the vines might crush buildings. I think we gotta do what we always do.
Well, we can
Go
fly
in the
back
back door.
Move the secret rock.
we can fly down there where Falzarin swam out of, and go right to where the Kraken is, and just take
We need a rest, Shaft.
do a flyby, I should say.
I really need to rest before we approach this Kraken.
I agree, Mia. I worry that we might be running into another fight if we go down there.
Well, the only other way in is through the other passage and up the big long ladder.
I think we're going to have to leave these Pegasi out here. They're intelligent. They can keep themselves safe throughout the night.
We're having this conversation, yelling back and forth as
Flying,
we're flying.
yeah.
Okay, then. I guess we're heading down to the cavern.
Secret spot.
Just try to. I mean, we're not way too far away from that, right? But via air.
You make some excellent progress. It takes you less than an hour to get back around there on the Pegasi. And yeah, you find the illusory rock that leads to the long, long set of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Does Falzarin observe that the vines look any different from when he last saw them?
Yeah, you see that any progress that they were making has completely stopped. And the very ends of them are taking on that shriveled and decaying look that had caught up to the sections in which you were damaging with your cantrips. They do appear to be dying.
Perfect.
All right.
So unless anything gets in our way, we're headed right to the stairs, or to the ladder, sorry.
Okay.
And head up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dreg will lead up the ladder, and he can open it up with the ring that he got back from Falzarin. And you can get into the city again.
While we're doing this, I would like to say to Falzarin, I saw you took Almar's spellbook, yeah? That's what that is, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, when we have time to rest tonight, will you see if you have, greater restoration or healing spells that you could cast?
I certainly can.
I would appreciate the help. I don't know, I haven't done this spell in a long time, and maybe it's something we should think about you learning.
I can look. I'll be frank with you. I don't have a lot of hope that that's a spell Alamar would have taken time to learn.
True.
It's not really his kind of magic, but perhaps.
What do you want to do about Izzy?
I don't know, Mia.
She's probably still in the city with Not
I
Tolstoff,
assume she
what's
is.
his name? Elstoff.
One of the stops.
Yes.
One of the Stoffs. Stoffs.
Ah, the famous Stoffs of Aspara.
The goods and the
I
Stoffs.
assume that she is. Well, she was last holed up with Tinnerman.
Exactly.
So you're up the ladder at the base of the keep. Are you moving into the keep as you're having this conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get to the front of the keep, and the gates that you have never seen closed since arriving in Heracleon are closed. The portcullis has been lowered. You can still see through it, but there doesn't appear to be anyone manning it or any way from the outside to open it.
Oh, what now?
Falzarin, do you know how to get around this?
Does Falzer know how to get around this?
Well, it's a portcullis. How would Falzarin get around a portcullis? It's a sealed
Have
gate.
somebody open it from the other side. Is there anybody over on the other side?
You don't see anybody now.
Okay, guys, we gotta go back down. We gotta go the other way on the forking path.
Shall we
We
just
gotta go
try
up.
going to the knowledge center and see if anybody is there?
No,
Yes.
there's the entrance into Geneva's room, remember?
It is a much shorter distance to go to the knowledge center. I am
I agree with
very
Shakara.
tired.
I do not need to run into any more bad situations.
You guys are saying you're really tired, so what do you look like? I mean, you
I'm
look like you
dragging.
are bleeding and hurt?
Yes, I am very bleeding.
Falzarin not only looks exhausted, like his mental state is...
He looks like he fell 90 feet.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say.
Look
One
flatter,
might say he looks like he fell 90 feet.
He's
two-dimensional.
nearly two-dimensional.
Yes.
Shakara looks like she was stabbed many times with a dagger.
Well, again,
And a couple
I
times with a
asked you
rapier.
if you needed healing, and you said
Certainly
you...
that would be excellent, but even with healing, I'm not much help in a fight if we run into anyone.
Nor I.
That's
I am exhausted.
Great, but I could give you some health right now so you're not dragging.
That would be much appreciated.
Do it.
If you're able
Okay,
to.
that's what I was saying earlier. Goodness.
Mia, there's no need to get upset.
I'm going to start
Okay.
walking towards the knowledge center.
I
Sure.
still
With-
feel that
with
Shakara
Grimby.
has a point.
As we walk, I wave my healing energy, and up to 6 creatures that want it can get the 3d8 plus 5. So I roll 16 hit points. I will take it for myself to make myself at full health.
There's only 6 of us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
There you go.
including
that is
Grimby.
much appreciated, Mia.
Thank you, Mia.
You're welcome. I mean, I offered it earlier. It's just... Alright.
Okay.
Let's go.
Keep heading towards the library. What's the city inside look like? Are people still walking around? Or are they?
You don't see any activity on the streets. You see half the dome above you, of course, covered by the vines, blocking out whatever minimal light from the lightning strikes of the storm that were illuminating any parts of the city. But the streets appear to be deserted.
Does Falzarin know of a plan for emergencies where people might be squirreled away into a safe place? Has he ever heard of anything like that growing up here?
No.
And we still see the beams shooting up to the dome.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe they're all kept away in the keep, and they pulled the bridge up and...
There's at least got to be some people down at the knowledge center because the beam's shooting up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's go
and
check
even
it
if
out.
there isn't, it'd be a good place to rest.
Yes.
Okay. We keep on hightailing it that way.
I do feel most comfortable around books.
You make it to
I
the knowledge
will-
center, past piles of the dead. Still, they're unsure of what to do with them. And get into the knowledge center. Still no activity around them. As the last time you were here, there was many people in the streets trying to clean up and get the city back into some type of semblance of order. And you enter the knowledge center, and the librarian is still behind the desk. But on either side of her, you see what look like strange mechanical men. You see they're just sitting there with their arms crossed. Their arms end in what look like a blade. Some type of construct.
Like the shield guardian size, or are they humanoid size?
They're humanoid, yeah. They stand about 6 feet tall.
Have they seen us?
Yes, you've walked right into the knowledge center.
I make eye contact with the librarian
Yeah.
if she's looking my way and raise
Yes.
my eyebrows.
And you see the flicker of a smile, almost like this, like, thank goodness you are back. Hello, friends.
What is going on here? Where is everyone?
They are under Elder Good's order, nestled in their homes. As you can see, I have been given protection. Please,
I see.
come in.
Elder Good?
Good arranged this.
Yes, of course, Elder Good knows exactly what the city needs under the threat from outside.
Hey, did you find that book I asked you for?
Yes, the one in the back. It's still there.
Great. Can you take me back here and show me?
Of course. And she surreptitiously steps back away from the desks. The mechanical men, they groan and shift slightly, scraping of metal on their crossed arms. But they don't react or move in any way as she takes you, Shaft, into some of the back stacks. What are the other 3 of you, I guess 4 of you, I guess 5 of you, doing? God, there's so many of you!
I would follow. I'm looking forward for an opportunity to speak to the librarian apart from these constructs.
So you're all just going to follow her?
No, I'm going to stay there and
No.
watch the constructs and make Grimby go sit in a chair nearby.
Okay. As Shaft and Falzarin, the librarian, leads you into these back stacks, you see that there are more mechanical men in the library, not just the 2 behind her desk. They're kind of stationed, it seems, almost at the end of it, like every second row of shelves. They're just, again, sitting there very stoic in there with their crossed arms. And many of them, their hands, like where they would have hands, end in a variety of different types of weapons, like blades, maces, flails, that kind of thing. Clearly designed to hurt and damage.
So I look over at Falzarin as we're walking. I go, "This looks like Alstoff's work."
It certainly does, Shaft.
And I sort of grab a book off the shelf and I look at the librarian and I say, "Here it is, I think. Is this the one?" And have her sort of kneel down, like I want her to kneel down to.
Yes, of course. Let me show you that entry you were looking for.
Yeah. And I'll go, "What the hell is going on here?"
I told Elder Good, she's taken over. She's come in and she's made her demands.
Her demands? What are her demands?
Well, half the city immediately followed her and sided with her. The other half wouldn't stand for it. Now she's decreed this martial law of sorts. We are not allowed to roam the streets after nightfall.
This is wonderful. I look over at Falzer and I guess we're gonna have to kill the other sister now, huh?
Well, it seems that no one's in any immediate danger. Is that right?
I sort of point at all the metal things around with all the weapons on the end of their arm and go, well, I think it can change very rapidly if we say or do the wrong thing.
Oh, I agree.
No one has been hurt yet.
I would suggest that we try to make our presence known as little as possible until we're able to compose ourselves.
What is happening outside?
Well, the main threat's gone. The dome is safe. Yeah, for now. I think we're okay. But is there another way I can get into the keep that you know of?
I don't know any way.
Perhaps we could just find a safe place for the night tonight.
Yeah, we could rest up and then I think we can use our other pathway in. She doesn't know we're here.
Let's try and keep it that way.
Do you have a place we could sort of stay for the night? I say to the librarian.
You could stay at my place, my home. It's in the Conjuration District.
What time of day is it?
It's like night.
Okay, I think it's time to close up the library and maybe head back to your place.
I can't leave. I'm here for another few hours.
Well, tell us where it is. Falzern, you know the place.
Yes, and she can give you some loose directions, absolutely.
Okay. I think we head back to the front desk, and I'll go, hey, thanks for that. I have the book in my hand, whatever the book it was. And I'll go, I'll bring it back. Thanks. I'll check this out. And we'll walk out of the library, and I'll...
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Chuck the book over onto the ground.
Why did you disrespect that book that way?
Falzer walks over and picks it up. Shaft. That's unnecessary.
I don't need it.
Is this book important for some reason?
It isn't. It was just a distraction. Opportunity to talk to the librarian. This city is controlled by Isabella Good. She has enacted martial law, and these constructs are her doing.
So now, Isabella dies?
Well, I say that we go back to the librarian's house and take shelter for the night and rest.
That is a very good idea.
I'm not sure that my house will be safe.
I think the Kraken is a priority over Isabella.
But you must remember, Mia, that we have the Tritons who have vowed to...
That we haven't heard from. Have you heard from them? And I just don't know about it?
I don't know how they would have contacted me.
Well, these sending spells that are so precious, I don't know.
Well, either way, we need a nice long rest.
We do need a rest. I'm not debating that. I just want you all to know that the Kraken is my priority. It's what got me into this mess and got me working with you guys in the first place.
Well, I understand, Mia. Perhaps we can think on it tonight while we rest and wake up with refreshed minds.
Well, I do want to kill Isabella, though.
I suppose it depends on whether or not Isabella would let us go near the Kraken.
We don't need her permission.
It doesn't
She
matter
may stop us either
in what
way.
order we kill them.
Exactly. Isabella does need to be killed. Falzer, I don't know that you'll be waking up feeling refreshed. If the trend continues.
Well, my vitality is one thing, but my real power is in being able to wield my magic. And that is what I will need a long rest for.
And we're sort of heading that direction. As Falzern's talking and I sort of guiding, I sort of, tap on him and point and go, that way or over there. Trying to keep him telling me which way to go.
As you exit the Knowledge Center, a few seconds after you do so, it seems one of the constructs exits as well and begins to follow you in the streets. You can hear a soft clanking, like move of its movements, very distinct sounding, very strange, but it appears to be following you.
I raise my voice and say, well, it must be getting close to curfew. We best hurry back home.
Yeah, that's right.
And I quicken my pace.
Do you think they communicate with Isabella?
Well, I hope not. Let's just get to the librarian's house.
Probably. Mia puts a hand on her hammer.
Do you think they were created by Elstoff?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Would it be wise to visit him in the morning?
No.
Yeah, why?
I think he's in with Isabella.
To find
Exactly.
out how to stop them, how to defeat them.
If Isabella and he have been talking, I don't think they're going to be too pleased to see us.
I suppose it would be too convenient for them to have a master switch for all of these.
I wouldn't think so. Seems like a bad plan.
I wouldn't think so either. We are full of bad plans.
You hit this cross section, this 4-way cross section, and as you cross it to the other side, to your right and left, 100 feet down each of these streets, you see another construct on either side, clanking and clunking down the street towards you.
So that's 5 that I've seen now? 4 that I've seen?
I counted 2.
You've seen at least half a dozen. Again, the library was full of them. There was more than just the 2 in the library.
Do we get the impression that these are all headed towards us and following us for a specific reason? Like we're being followed, or is it just they're walking around the city and we're happening upon them?
Well, I mean, the one that left the knowledge center is clearly following it.
Right. But the others,
Yeah.
are they, like if we walk past a road and we see one coming up the road, does it turn and follow us, or does it just head on down the road?
Well, do you just continue straight down past this intersection?
Absolutely. We're just heading
Yeah,
towards
we just business as usual.
The 3 meet at the intersection, and all 3 turn and follow you down the road. You see in each of their foreheads there seems to be this little light, and they're each blinking with this white light now, which they weren't doing in the knowledge center.
All right, I'm gonna keep going to the librarian's house.
I believe our presence is known.
I sort of reach up and poke Falzarin's scapulet. Probably that thing. Poke.
Shaft, we've talked about this.
Falzarin falls unconscious.
I mean, I can try to take him out if you want.
That seems imbecilic. I could
I'm
make some of
just
us
saying.
invisible.
Okay.
That was Dreg that said he could make some of us invisible?
Yeah, it was.
Imbecilic.
They are not attacking us.
I don't think we should jump into fighting them when it may not be necessary.
Well, let's get back to the librarian's house, and maybe if we need to sneak out, we can get out another way. Let them think we're in there sleeping.
Well, if they know where we are, I doubt we'll get our long rest.
Isabella currently has no reason to attack us.
But looking over at Falzarin, are we sure about that?
As far as I am aware.
You helped her eliminate her sister.
About how far are they behind us? I mean, I guess they're behind us, right? So they can't see my face at the moment.
No.
Are there going to be any turns coming up on the way to this house?
Yeah, there's a few. A couple lefts and a couple rights.
All right. After we take a turn, I think I would like to use Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
And I will take the form of, I think, just a common person that I've seen in the city. No one special.
Occultist? No, I'm just kidding.
The librarian did say there was a curfew. They are probably just making sure we go inside somewhere.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, they're
And
not
if,
attacking
Falzarin,
us.
if you are worried about Isabella knowing it is you, I believe, like Shaft said, you are known. You cannot hide.
Well, I'm hoping that I won't be recognizable in this form.
How much further?
I believe there is a link between you and Isabella that cannot be disguised.
That may be.
And where are you going to go anyway? Somebody's got to take us to the librarian's house.
Like, let's just duck into this door right here and go in your hut. Like,
I think
let's
busting
go.
into somebody's house in front of these guards might be a bad idea too.
Yeah, let's
No. I'm just saying, like, we could go down an alleyway and
Well,
just.
I don't believe there is any reason to panic. Let us
Okay.
just go to the librarian's house.
Why don't we stop and let them approach us, see what happens? Either they're going to fight us here in the street, if they intend to, or they're going to follow us to the librarian's house and fight us if their intent is to do that.
And like I said, they may just be following us to make sure we go inside somewhere.
Falzarin, that seems imbecilic.
If we stop, that may provoke an attack.
As you are continuing, like more than just the three, like three more have joined as well as you were going through these cross streets. They always appear to be coming up behind you and coming like almost on like an intersection course, but you are just walking normally able to outpace them basically. And
something tells
How
me
much
the
further?
longer we stay out in curfew, the more of these things are going to draw attention.
I know, where's this house?
Are they, like, hurrying towards us or just matching our pace?
they seem to be walking at like what would be a 30-foot speed, basically.
Okay, I want to start running. Where's this house?
Yeah, let's pick up the pace.
Sure, and it's not much further. A few more turns down one long street. You do find the librarian's home.
We'll go in.
Quick, Falzarin. Do your
Unlock?
thing.
Yeah. Let's check the door, see if it's unlocked.
Yeah,
Assume she gave us the
she
key.
gave Shaft the key.
Okay.
And you can enter and slam the door behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the window and look out.
Yeah, as you part the curtains, you see these 6 mechanical men have stopped about 30 feet outside of the house. Just turned towards it, staring, that white light in their forehead continuing to blink on and off.
I will take Grimby up to a bedroom
Whoa.
Will you?
and
He's
put him to
feeble-minded,
bed.
Been waiting on this.
Put
That's
There
definitely
you
taking
go.
advantage of.
Sure, you lay him down, make sure he's comfortable. Again, 0 response.
If the bed's big enough, I will lay down next to him.
Sure, yeah.
One option is I can cast Lehman's tiny hut. It will keep us safe, but if Isabella knows that we're here and intends to ambush us, we will be sitting ducks at the end of the 8 hours.
I mean, wouldn't we be here anyway? Like,
I suppose it's
the
probably
extra
our
protection
best.
can't help hurt.
It's probably our best bet. I don't have any other ideas, unless any of you do.
We're not in any more danger than we are anywhere else right now. Why don't you guys rest up? You look like hell.
I would just like to say, before we settle in and I study my healing spells, I can only cast this healing spell once a day, and it takes a really, really, the most amount of my power, and, like, if we're gonna try to kill Isabella and, like, the Kraken tomorrow, like, can I wait another day to cast it on Grimby? Like, would he be safe here?
What were the other options for dismissing this?
Greater Restoration, Heal, or a Wish spell.
Yeah, so either Mia and Mia are 1 in a million chance.
It's my one and only 5th level spell slot for tomorrow, is all I'm saying, so...
Grimby
Yeah.
can stay here and just sort of slobber on himself. There's no reason for him to go with us.
I don't think he'll be getting up and fighting or putting himself in more danger, no. So unless he's targeted specifically.
Now, Drake, on the other hand, I think he might want to come with us.
Yeah, we could use his help.
I am with you, as always.
Ah, that a boy, Dreg.
All right, let's get some shut-eye. I'll stay up.
Shakara is annoyed that you're not gonna heal Grimby, but she understands. She understands, but she's annoyed. She's not saying anything though. She's just
I
looking
know.
annoyed.
You guys, I know how important Grimby is to us, and I'm so glad that we were able to save him. There are greater evils that need to be dealt with tomorrow than drool and feeble-mindedness.
Shakara's not even looking at you right now.
Mia, this is certainly a difficult situation for us to be in.
I promise I'll do it.
See your perspective. There are many, many lives at stake here as opposed to just one, as much as I am fond of Captain Chum.
Hey, you guys get some sleep. I'll watch these guys outside. I feel okay.
All right, so I begin the ritual of casting Lehman's tiny hut.
So you're going to be taking shifts then?
Yeah, I'll take the first
Yeah, the usual order.
couple hours.
I can't remember. It's been a long time since we had a long rest.
All right, everyone can nestle in under the hut as it forms. Are you just leaving Grimby upstairs in the bed?
I was hoping we could catch him in it as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll bring him back down. Yeah.
All right.
I'll be spending my time looking through Alamar's spellbook.
Well, you got to sleep. You can spend your watch doing that, but you got to sleep.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean.
Okay, well, we haven't got there yet. Shaft takes first watch. And Shaft, as you're I assume you're just kind of keeping an eye out the window.
Yeah, is this a 2-story type of place, or
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Okay, so I'll go up the second story, sort of look down out, over the road and see where these things are. See if they're still moving around or if they're just standing there.
See, the 6 that were following me, it seems they haven't moved since they stopped when you first entered the building, and 2 more joined throughout your 2-hour watch. So a total of 8 out there now, which is about as many as in total as you have seen so far. And they remain there for the duration of your 2-hour watch.
Okay, I'll go wake up Shakara and say, hey, it's your watch.
All right.
There's 2 more of those damn things out there. They just, if more of them come, could mean that they know we're here.
Pretty sure they know we're here.
You're probably right. So chances are when you guys get rested up, we're going to have to find another way out of here. I think they're all up front. Is that the case? Are they all in the main road?
Seems that way. Yeah.
They're all up front, so I'm sure there's a way we can get out the back.
I will look around.
All right, I'm gonna catch a few winks here, and I lay down.
I will walk back up to the front of the house by the tiny hut, stop and look to the back of the house, and I will think about Sparky and about how he helped save Falzarin earlier. And I assume I see him reappear in front of me, maybe glowing blue.
Sparky, I believe you are a gift from the Serpent Mother, yes? She is pleased with me, even though I was not the one to slay Erica?
Sparky will move over to me and land on my shoulder. And I will look at him and I will say to him, but kind of to myself also,
then I shall mark this occasion.
And I'll pull out the Dendar brand. And I will make a 3rd brand on my right arm. And I will look at Sparky again.
Sparky, aid me in watching over our companions. Keep an eye out of the back of the house while I stay here, up front.
So I'll watch him fly off to the back of the house, and I am able to see through his eyes, and I can see what he can see and hear what he can hear. But when I do that, I can no longer see or hear what is in front of me. So I will alternate, and I will check in and see what Sparky is seeing throughout my watch.
Seems there are 2 more out the back.
And there are windows on the sides?
No. You see, though, that the lights that were blinking in their foreheads as they were chasing down the street are no longer blinking.
That might be a good thing.
And throughout your 2 hours, there doesn't seem to be any more mechanical men that join at the front or the back. And your watch passes.
And there were how many in the front?
8.
Okay. I'll wake up Mia.
Mia, there are 8 in the front and 2 in the back.
Crap. Okay.
I do not know what it means. Shaft was hoping for another way out, but the back will not be it.
Seems easier than taking on 8 of them.
That is true. And their lights have stopped blinking, for whatever that means.
Your conversation is quickly interrupted by a tremble. Very, very clear, like the whole house is shaking. It lasts for 5 seconds, maybe. And then there's maybe a 20 or 25 second reprieve, and it happens again. And the second one wakes up all of you. Another 20 seconds passes, another rumble. And the rumbles come more and more frequently until it's almost this constant shaking as the earth itself is starting to quake beneath your feet. And any of the fixtures that the librarian had on the walls have now smashed on the ground. Artwork falling off. Dishes, shattering in the kitchen. And anybody that would look out any of the windows sees the mechanical men. They stir. And the lights in their forehead begin to go on to turn to a steady red. And they split and part and run in all different directions very quickly as they've kind of sprung into this quick motion. And the ground beneath you is still continuously shaking. Not enough that it's rocking you on your feet, but very clearly you feel the vibrations of it.
Falzarin, has this ever happened before?
No, I've never encountered anything like this. What's going on? Are those mechanical men still outside?
They left.
Them leaving makes me think that Isabella is not the cause of these earthquakes.
I'll go out the front door and look up at the dome. Does it look like it's still stable?
The dome appears to still be intact, and you see that the vines, it's like the growth has started to recede, and you can see the underlying layer on the dome itself looks decayed. It's like this grayish black, like shriveled up and almost like dehydrating. Still the storm raging above, the rain pelting on the top of the dome. But in the darkness out there to your left is you're kind of far east almost of the city. And you see flashes of red that looks pretty familiar. It seems to you to be reminiscent of the flash of the cannon fire that was assaulting the dome on that first assault. But it doesn't appear that it's hitting the shell, but coming from further away.
And it's in which direction, you said?
Well, you were closest. You can see it on the eastern side of the city.
So there's cannon fire out in the water
It's
somewhere.
probably the damn boats.
Not hitting the dome.
Coming towards the dome and just not hitting it, or
All you see is flash of light.
Can we not even get one night's rest?
Is everything shaking like an earthquake, or does it seem like things are shaking as these cannon fire is going off, and that's what's making all this? Or is it like an earthquake?
It feels like the rumbling is now constant, but so are the flashes of light.
So it seems like the cannons started a volley and now they have just a continuous volley is what I'm guessing.
But it's not hitting the shell, so why is it shaking us?
It's hitting something.
It's shooting at something else. These boats might be shooting at something like a kraken.
Does the shell totally encompass, like, are there parts of the cliff that are outside of the shell to the east of the city?
Yeah.
Like, so they could hit ground.
Yeah.
And then get under the shell. Maybe.
Did all the metal men take off, and you said they went in all kinds of different directions, right?
They kind of, again, there's only like, 3 roads on this street, right? So the men went down all exits of this alley, I say, but it is more like a main road that this house
Do
is
we
on.
see any of these little red lights on their heads beeping around on any of the roads that we can see, like looking up?
Not in your vicinity, no, not from where you are.
I sort of look back at him and go, well, do we go check it out?
I believe we have to.
Well, if it's outside of the city, there's only one way out. There's really nothing we can do unless we go outside of the dome.
I believe we must try and see what it is.
Okay.
is there a safe area where I could take Grimby to leave him?
He's safe there.
Like away from, he won't be in the tiny hut once we leave. I mean, it's within the house. Is there a room away from windows and that kind of stuff? Like if the house was going to start collapsing, he wouldn't immediately die.
The last room to collapse is what you want, right?
Well,
Okay.
you could certainly find like a second-story closet to put him in. That would be away from any like breaking glass or anything like that. But if the building goes, I mean, the building goes. I don't know what to tell you.
Mia is so exasperated and tired and worn out and annoyed and confused, and she wants to silently cry out to Heracleon.
Okay.
What should we do? What is this? We have no power or strength left. We need help. I mean, thank you for the Pegasuses. But like, what are we supposed to do? How can we be the heroes that I know we are?
Hey, the best vantage point is up in the top of the library, right?
That's a good point, Shaft.
Let's at least go in. Nobody's really these metal guys are obviously worried about something, so maybe we can get up to the top, look out the top of the library, and see what the hell's going on. It's the safest place right now. And I just start walking that direction. Come on.
Should we take Grimby with us then?
No, leave Grimby there. He's fine. I mean, what else are you gonna do with him? He's an imbecile.
I don't want him to get hurt.
Well, if we bring him to the library, perhaps we can leave him in the library and can keep an eye on him.
All right.
Mia, your plea to Heracleon goes unanswered.
So, as they go back to get Grimby, I don't wait. I just head on towards the library, running, and as I look down the roads, I look to see if there's any of these metal men around, or anybody coming out of their houses, worried that their house is going to cave in on them or anything.
Yeah, so you don't see any of the mechanical men. You do actually see the librarian as she's running down the street towards her home. And others, like curtains are drawn. People appear to be looking outside into the street. And some of them have milled out, seeing again there's no mechanical men in the vicinity. And they're all kind of very confused. Some of them are in groups are conversing with each other as, this almost constant rumble is still going on beneath your feet.
Is there a metal man with her?
No, there isn't.
So I stop her and go, hey, we got to get back to the library and look out and see what the hell's going on. Did you see what was happening?
I don't know. I came straight here as soon as the rumbling started. All of the mechanical men, they turned and they left the knowledge center.
Okay, well, we can see from up there, right? And there's obviously some cannon fire or something going on to the eastern side of the city. Let's head back there as fast as we can and see if we can see what's going on.
Did you see which way the men went?
They filtered out of the knowledge center. I believe they went towards the keep, the Elder's Keep.
Okay, I still say we do that. We'd go to the library and
They're probably just going to protect Isabella.
Could be.
She's probably scared.
So that's the plan.
Yep, run to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no problem making it to the knowledge center. You don't encounter any more of these mechanical men. Still just clusters of confused people. Still seem to be like tentatively out in the streets, as long as it's clear of those constructs. And you make it to the top of the knowledge center. And there are still a couple of spyglasses up there from when you were keeping an eye on the encampment.
Shotgun.
I do my best to grab one and stack a couple books up and get on top of it and try to look out the window.
Now from this vantage point, the knowledge center sits roughly in the very center of Heracleon. Still the casters doing their ritual to keep the second anchor going, and this beam of light shooting up into the air through the glass solarium that was at the very top. And some of them, like, when they see Drag, they're like almost like, again, relief washing over them, like, oh, Drag's back, thank goodness, like maybe things will be getting back to normal. But from here you can see flashes of light coming from both east and the west of the city, of the island. And those with a spyglass can look in either direction and see out into the ocean surfaced, elongated shell ships. Some of them have their lids open with cannons on the decks. Some of them simply have cannons poking out the side of them. They appear to be blasting towards the island itself.
What do you see? What's out there?
It's the shell ships, like we thought. There seem to be just cannon fire right towards the island. I don't know what the hell they're shooting at.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, here.
Can I see any figures on any of these ships?
Not from this distance, no. You see there are 3 on the east and 2 on the western side of the island.
And can I tell what they're hitting? Is it just land?
They appear to be hitting the island. You can't obviously see from where you are the impact points, but they're shooting towards either side of the island.
Now when they were shooting the cannons before, we saw that they had different types of things coming out of the cannon, right?
Yeah.
And each color was a different type of magical energy. Are they all different types that are shooting out, or is it all very similar?
They are all the red, the fiery impact
Destruction.
spells.
Shaft, maybe this was part of the evacuation plan we initiated?
I don't know. We told them that the evacuation plan had changed and just to go to the Valerian Forest, so somebody's not following orders.
Did maybe someone knew we were fakes? I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
Could Shaft and Mia make me a history check, please?
All right. Apparently we're forgetting something. Let's see, history. 14.
12.
You both recall Terry Russell mentioning and agreeing, okay, the rally point has changed. That's where we will meet up. Once we've initiated
He
the
called it a
evacuation
rendezvous
plan.
point.
Whatever word he used.
Yeah, but I thought we told him, screw that.
Failure in Forest,
You said you told him to go to the Fairlair, and he said, we will rendezvous at the Fairlair Forest.
Freaking Terry. Never listens to anything. Well, except everything we tell him.
This just doesn't make sense. He really seemed like he was gonna do what we told him to do.
I'm like, okay, I mean, again, I don't want to continue with confusion that may lead to somewhere. Like, you've initiated the evacuation plan. It's clear that this is the evacuation plan.
Okay.
Okay.
So it is to blow the hell out of the island and then get the hell out of here.
If they can't take it, they sink it.
Okay.
The island can sink. What?
I think they're just blowing the hell out of this place.
I wonder if they'll take care of the Kraken for us.
Maybe. How do we stop 5 ships from sinking the island?
The only thing I can think of is that Isabella and Tinnerman are on the island, and they may have resources and power that could be used to stop this. I don't know who else to turn to.
Can you contact Isabella?
I can try, yes.
I think Isabella's aware that's where all the metal guys are going to fight this off.
Wait, so you want to work with Isabella?
What
This is
is-
crazy.
If you can present a better plan, I'm all ears.
I mean, is there a possibility of saving Heracleon? If there is, I'm on board. But I'm starting to weigh the circumstances and realize... is Heracleon able to be saved?
Well, think of the innocent lives that will be lost if we do nothing. I can't just...
Well, we can start our own evacuation plan.
That's what I've been saying since we got here.
Where are all these people going to go?
We have no ships. We cannot expect them to swim. We have 3 Pegasuses.
That's right. That's enough to get us back to the mainland.
To get us, not all the innocent people on this island.
That's right. I'm an innocent person.
And there are many others besides you.
Well, then you better come up with a better plan than you have now, because right now we're gonna die. They're gonna break in, or Isabella's gonna kill us, or the Kraken's gonna get us. We're in a bad position here.
I think for whatever reason, Isabella enjoys her place of power in this island and likely intends to protect it.
Falzarin, reach out to her. Wow, can you believe what just happened? Oh my gosh, things are just getting crazy. Be sure to follow us on all social media, Incorrigible Par on Twitter, Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram. You can visit us at incorrigibleparty.com for additional world NPC information to get all your Incorrigible Party merchandise. Join us on our Discord, linked on our website. Join Team Elainer, Team Mia, definitely not Team Lelanders. Recently, the Incorrigible Party has started streaming on Twitch. Do you want to watch video games, board games, interact with us, catch us on live after party recordings, follow us on Twitch at Incorrigible Party. If for some reason, probably because you're incorrigible, like us, you can't get enough of our content, please support us on Patreon. Our Patreon gives you early releases to episodes, extra inspiration to give your favorite hero, Mia, wink wink, or the DM, I suppose. Patreon exclusive content includes Patreon exclusive mini campaigns. Anyways, enough of that. We really love our community. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate all the support. It's been so incorrigible and such a fun adventure. This podcast is sponsored by Critical Hit Design at criticalhitdesign.com. Thanks to Tabletop Audio for allowing us to use any ambient sounds or music during our show. And our intro and outro is by Josh Jarvis. Contact him at jamesmercymusic@gmail.com for any inquiries. Happy adventuring!